Hi guys, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you're having a beautiful day or night. We're gonna dive in and do a little checkaroo on the energy going on, get you some insight and wisdom. This reading is timeless, collective. See what resonates, leave what doesn't, and remember that divine inner guidance is in you. And try to make balanced decisions between logic and intuition. So your decisions are sound, based in love, and for the highest, greatest good of everyone. So we're all uplifted in love. Let's begin. We're going to start with the mystery deck today and get a couple of foundational messages, overall insight, wisdom to be helpful for you. Let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, Christ consciousness, our higher selves, angels and energies of love for the highest, greatest good of all. What are the opening messages that would be helpful for the collective watching the reading today, to gain some clarity and have some insight? I feel like you're thinking about something very specific. So let's ask about something specific, but then also maybe what you don't see. Zoom in. That's something very specific you were thinking about. It could be that you were trying to look at the overall situation, but maybe you need to look at a specific attribute or facet of a situation. This is telling you to zoom into something. It just makes me think of my readers. So maybe there was something that was a little bit foggy, a little unclear, and something is going to clear up. Or I just heard clue you in. Maybe it's a conversation. What else would be helpful today for the collective? Well, I mean, that would be cause to zoom in. Oh, you guys. So it looks like it's sexy time. All right, so we know where this reading is going. I mean, that would be something that, if you're thinking about sexy time, that would be something you would want to zoom into, be all in. But maybe for some of you, something fell. Let's see what fell under the table. Maybe for some of you, if you zoomed out and there has been lack of sexy time lately, maybe that's coming back into play. Too much. It's funny, you have zoom in and then you have too much. So I'm getting different messages right away with the too much. Maybe there's somebody, they're given, maybe it's even somebody, for some of you, that could be a little bit of a love bomber and they're a little too much. But I'm kind of getting different things. It might be that some of you need to get to work. Maybe it's a little too much sexy time or a little, too much sassy on the mind. And there's something you need to zoom into because there's a project you should be working on, or there's something that needs your attention. But if it's lack of sexy time and it's too much work, too much this, too much that, can't now, maybe later, maybe it's releasing some of that energy, making some room, because maybe that little bit of sassy will change up your energy in a beautiful way. So something that maybe even felt heavy and hard to do, you do with a little spring in your step. So you guys, what's going on today? What's going on for the collective? Let's get you another one. Head in the sand. Yes, somebody is not, maybe, I mean, you do have to zoom in here. So maybe somebody doesn't want to look at something at all, look at the truth at all. Head in the sand is somebody that's refusing to see the truth, doesn't want to look at the reality of a situation. They're ignoring something. They're putting their head in the sand, pretending like something's not going on around their ass, but there is something going on. But you have to pull your head out of your you-know-what, or somebody else does, or they're ready to. So this could just be a past, little situation where that's where somebody was. And I feel like that sand was weighing somebody down. So what else would be helpful for the collective? Well, maybe somebody had their head in the sand at least long enough to think, have some self-reflection. But this message is coming through right now. right now for you. So what is it you want? Do you know? You know, is it a project you've been thinking of? Is it a class you've been hoping to sign up for? Is it a certain experience that you can have in your life? Is it more sexy time? Is it what? You know, if you are, I just see romance. Let's just say you're feeling a little romantic, but you don't have a partner. Maybe this is you, you know, going out for the night, even if it's just you by yourself or you with some friends. You put on a sexy outfit, you know, you take a nice bath or shower before you go, you get yourself feeling good, you go out and you put that sassy romantic energy into you. You don't need to have the other person to be in that energy. But I do feel like for some of you, you have somebody thinking about you in romantic terms. Like they got romance on the mind here. So maybe somebody else is asking, you know, themselves what they truly want. Maybe that was a question they never actually asked themselves. I feel like once you do that, somebody does need to just zoom on in and take steps for that beautiful experience or dream to come true. Step by step. I also see a dream unfolding. The more you go down that path, or the more somebody opens their, I want to say eyes, but with this head in the sand, I feel like somebody also has to be open-minded. So what else? And then we will clarify all these. Trust your gut. That's very powerful. That's the energy of discernment. Trust your gut in every situation. You know, when it's the right time, when it's not the right time, when you're giving too much or not enough, how you energetically feel towards a certain person, a certain environment, a whole group, or within yourself. And that trust your gut energy is where you actually get feelings in your physical body that are usually connected to insight and spiritual intuition. Because before your mind can process something, or even your heart is connected to something, your body can feel energy really fast. But a lot of people put that on the back burner or don't take note of the hair standing up on the back of their neck or their arms, or when they feel a little weird when they walk into a room, or when you walk in a room and you know that sassy time was happening in that room. That's also an energy that you're like, what was going on here? You know? But it's also the butterflies. You know, it's when you feel those butterflies of excitement, that little sparkle in your soul that gets itchy to try something, to ask somebody something, to, I don't know why I just see a random phone call. Trust your gut. Maybe you get a random gut feeling that, you know, all of a sudden you think of somebody. Like maybe just pick up the phone and give them a call, even if you're like, hey, I have no idea why I'm calling you right now. I just got kind of a feeling that I should. What's up? Trust it. The more you trust insight, intuition, you know, the connection you have to the divine, the bigger the messages get, the more often they happen, and the more it gets you on the right path. I just saw that hallway with a lot of open doors. It brings you to a lot of open doors. Trust your gut today. Maybe those doors are opening up today. And maybe this is about what you can truly start, that you figured out today that you really want to do. How to get something going today. Why wait till tomorrow? Or put it off till next week. You know, you'll get to that when. You'll get to that then, when this happens, when you finally get that accomplished. If there's something you're waiting for and you're always putting this desire on the back burner, this is telling you it's time to stop waiting. Get your head out of the sand. Look at the reality of your situation, what you can control, what you can't control. Put the energy and that time into you to grow, to change. See how it reflects your outside world and start to make some moves. You can trust your gut, you know, the insight you're getting from the divine on that process. If it is unknown territory, you're going to be okay. Know when to zoom in and when to zoom out don't keep blinders on, but don't always have your head in the clouds. You know, it's like a like a back and forth thing. I just see one of those, I don't know, what is that? Like a, kind of like a telescope. It's like the thing that people have on a boat. I don't know what that's called. Whatever that is. It's like a monocle. You know, monocle is that weird little thing you have on your eye. I did see readers before, so I feel like you do have to adjust your focus on something. But maybe that starts on you. If you're always focused on out there and not yourself, I don't know why I see you're waiting for somebody else to change or to express what they want. Maybe you have to start a conversation. See if you want the same thing, if this is about somebody else, if you're on the same page, if you have the same dreams, if there can be a compromise. Or I just see, I don't know why, I just heard when nothing ever changes. I don't know what that is, but it was kind of like, it almost had like a period after each word. So maybe somebody is coming to the conclusion that if something doesn't ever change, those changes have to start inside in that person. That being said, let's change direction to life and career and get you a life and career message. That would be helpful, please and thank you. So what would be helpful for the collective when it comes to life, career, sexy time? Although we're asking, let's go back to sexy time because we're asking about life and career right now. So life and career, please and thank you. Money matters. This is where something small can build up for the future. This is where you need to make small little changes that make a big difference later. This is you, interesting, because this is you today. Today, starting that preparation for something you're gonna need in the long run. Don't get worried about what it is yet, because dreams can change. Priorities can change. Situations can change. You know, you can be in a totally different cycle, but this is you in this cycle that you're in now, starting to give yourself a beautiful little pocket of extra moolah, money, prosperity, even time you are placing. So even if this is an energy flow, it could be time you are putting into something, you know, a little at a time to build a skill or something like that. But it is looking at your in and outward flow of money right now. What are you overspending a little too much on that is not necessary to have in your life? Maybe zoom into the details of your finances, maybe daily or, you know, I'm getting over cycles. Because sometimes it's not a daily thing. Daily can be up and down for, you know, some people, but maybe it's an overall month or something like that. And there's something that you're going to need this money for in the future. And that's neutral. It's not good or bad. But it will be something that is necessary. And this is that, I think this came through in the Aries reading I did, where it's like your future self is going to give yourself today, your today self, a big old high five and a fist bump that you started making some changes now that are going to be helpful for you in the future. This is money matters a lot right now. Watch your expenses. Maybe that's why some of you do need a little sexy time, or if it's too much sexy time, maybe you need to attend your finances a little. I feel like it has to be a balance. It can't be all one or all the other. So watch your expenses, save for the future. You need to be prepared for the unexpected. Maybe for some of you, it's what did I see? Like, you know, maybe for some of you, you are paying attention to your finances right now, but maybe you don't have that partner and something's going to come in out of nowhere in the future and you're going to get this spontaneous urge to go to, I thought of the Caribbean, but then I heard Aruba. That's so specific. Maybe somewhere in Europe, maybe Aruba, maybe Thailand, wherever it is. I just heard Niagara Falls. We just went all over the place. Wherever it is, maybe it's like a waterfall. But you're going to have it ready to go. So it's not like a dream that's lost. You're preparing for the dream you don't even have today. This could be the perfect property you want to buy. and you find it, but you start saving now and you can have that down payment. You know, maybe this is that car. Maybe your car breaks down. All of a sudden you need a new car. You have that prepared. You're ready to go. You can get whatever car you want now. Good you. Do it starting today to have that for the future. Maybe this is even, I don't know why I see an event. It could be a repair. It could be future advertising. It could be something that you need, but it's going to be very beneficial for you at the time, and more beneficial if you have the funds to pay for it. I don't even think that it's necessarily something big. I kind of feel like it's something really small you can do that makes a big difference. So let's get one more career for the collective, please and thank you. Outside forces. So this has to do with, I did see something that was a cycle or like a month, right? So there's a message coming in that says there's something you don't see. There are outside forces, energies, people, whatever this is, unknown figures, unknown to you right now, are driving a situation. And you may not be able to control the outcome, but this cycle is going to shift very soon, maybe at the end of the month, or it's like new moon, full moon, 2 weeks kind of thing. This cycle will shift soon and you're going to be okay. So if you felt like for whatever reason, you don't even know, how you got out of the driver's seat, or, why something is kind of in and out or not working out according to plan. Today, get in your own driver's seat. Trust that something is going to change. And I see that maybe somebody else's head is in the sand and making some wrong moves here, or maybe your head is in the sand purposefully because you need to be outside of whatever situation that is so it can work itself out in the best light for you to come back in. We'll ask about both of these. Let's go to the tarot. I kind of wanted to go to the 78 stories, but I did bring this one, and this one feels like it's pulling me. So let's go down the rabbit hole. Yeah, this is Alice in Wonderland. It's called the Tarot of Wonderland. So let's see. What would be helpful for you right now? I kind of see this outside forces. I mean, this is about money and career. And I do see something happening behind a closed door, like in an office, in a meeting, amongst other people that, you're not at that meeting. And I do feel like there has to be organization, or something has to change before you are invited in. So if something is out of your control, you are going to be invited into the right door. And if that door stays shut, it's because it's giving you time or redirecting you to get to the right open door. So let's clarify, watching your expenses, preparing for the future, preparing for something that's unexpected, and starting today. Oh yeah, you're gonna be amazing. You're gonna be good. You got the 9 of Pentacles. So maybe this is why. Whatever you're doing, you're putting in a lot of time, energy, effort, and this is you. You're the self-made man or woman. This is you having your own business. So if you have your own business, or you buy your own property, whatever it is, there might be repairs. It might be advertising. It might be something that is necessary for you to spend on, even maybe somebody else helping you with their expertise, but worth it. This person deserves everything they have worked for. The 9 of Pentacles is somebody who put a lot of energy into it. They know what it's like to work hard, to be there for the long haul, and whether their sense of wealth or value is simplicity, just hanging out in the garden with sunflowers and your crow, or it's having the kingdom, 5 businesses, and, I don't know. I just saw like a side business or something like that. Like maybe residual income, whatever it is, however big or small, you deserve it. And the interesting thing with this is, from the outside perspective, others don't always get how much work was put in. They don't see the behind the scenes. They don't see what happened in the meetings. They don't see what happened after hours. Even having that bird, I would say even having a crow would be really difficult. I actually have, I have an aunt that had a crow. I mean, that's a big bird. I had a parrot. So, crows are big, and they're stinkers, and they're really smart. So you have to stimulate a crow. You know, you have to put all those little puzzles together and talk to them. Can't ignore a crow. It'll tear your house up. You know, it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be happy in a cage. So even her bird took a lot of work. Upside down, this is somebody who doesn't even value small change. It's somebody that wants the handout. Somebody that wants everybody to put in, you know, I don't know why I saw quarters, but then I saw this person always putting in their 2 cents, but not knowing what their 2 cents was talking about. That was sort of weird. This is somebody who doesn't know the value of what it is to have something. They take something for granted. It's somebody who is kind of stuck up, entitled, and unappreciative. And sometimes that's a learned behavior or due to environment or somebody enabling somebody else. But that's just to take a peek because I like to look at cards both ways. I am seeing that with this. This is somebody who's willing to work hard, penny by penny, day by day. And even if it's down the line with that 9 of Pentacles, it's well-deserved success. She's also kind of standing on a chessboard. So I do think it's more about the long game here. Let's clarify the outside sources or forces. It might have to do with the King of Cups, or that could be the King of Cups. Actually, if it's upside down, is someone kind of cold. They do not express emotions. They keep it all to themselves, even though it feels like an ocean inside of them. But this is a pretty interesting King of Cups. So it could be right now there is a King of Cups working on your behalf behind the scenes. He's actually making a lot of progress and momentum, but I would say you can't see him coming. He's doing something on his own. He got his cards close to his chest. He has a big chalice of love ready to go, already ready to offer, but he needs to make it to shore. And it's interesting because it is this, look at this. It's the same chessboard. It's like not the normal colors. So it's almost like he was stuck to an old project, or he was stuck to an old situation, even stuck to maybe an old dream, you know, and decided maybe something was too much and like broke that chessboard off and made it like a little motorboat to get across the ocean to make it to the other side. The other side is the shore that's like the unknown, what you can't see. So there is a transition here. There is a journey being made, which I don't usually get with the king. He is sitting on his throne, but it's like the throne is moving for him. It could also be that he's just riding the right wave. If it's more like a little surfboard and there's no motor, and he's just trusting that the waves of opportunity are gonna come, and that with that big moon, the tides are gonna change. Because that moon controls all of the tides, the ebb and the flow of the ocean. I just thought of Riptide by Vance Joy. I'm glad that came through in a reading. I love that song. So let's switch gears, because this is usually a water sign, but I feel like this is somebody who is driven by their heart, even though they might not always express it, because it's somebody who's kind of even with their feelings. They're mature with their feelings. It doesn't mean if they don't always express themselves, they're not feeling. They just want to have poise with when they express something, how they express it, and to whom they open up to. When that king opens up, it's a very special moment. He does make you let down your guard and feel really comfortable. I guess we're getting this because that's what I like reached for. So let's get one message. I'm still like up and down with this table. Like sometimes I'm standing, sometimes I'm squatting. I like to be close to the camera because I feel like I'm more intimate with you. Like I'm closer, you know. I'd like to just be like far away. I like to zoom in. I like to zoom into you. So let's ask about this because you do have sexy time coming in. And you do have a romantic king here. Maybe he had to release himself from this stuck throne. A little clarity for the collective when it comes to sexy time, what somebody truly wants, and I guess the King of Cups. What would be helpful when it comes to love today? Please and thank you. Beautiful. You're ascending. You're elevating. You're reaching that star, that dream. You're moving up. You know, you're both grounded as you walk, but getting off the ground. And it's somebody who's going in a new phase. You do have a new phase coming through here. Something was blocked to you for a little bit, weird for a little bit. It kind of had nothing to do with you. Don't worry about it. Something's going to, you know, I hear come back into play. I now just saw that as a big ball. Maybe the ball's going to be in your court pretty soon. Maybe somebody had to learn to trust their insight, intuition, true dreams, get their head out of the clouds, as well as out from under the sand. Look forward, look ahead, step up to bat, learning new phase in love. Beautiful. You're not just getting over an obstacle, you're transcending. You're flying right over it. Not even gonna bother you. Not even not even gonna get a hair out of place. And it's preparing for union. So for some of you, maybe that's a business partnership or a good friend, but for a lot of you, this is preparing for a divine, protected, beautiful, vibrating, sexy time, you know, reciprocal chemistry kind of union. And I would say with all these chessboards here, probably a lot of good conversation. I feel like you ask yourselves pretty good questions. So let's ask with the tarot, but a different tarot, about the ascending energy. I want to do this one. It's a little different. This is the influence of the angels. So let's ask what feels right with the ascending card. I looked at that. No, it wasn't. I thought it was 2020, but it was 2820. Talk about my readers. Told you were far away. Let's get clarity on ascending. I kind of feel like we should combine these though. Even though this was kind of the merge of career to love, let's merge the two and ask a little bit more about the King of Cups. Possible water sign, but it's somebody more in tune with his heart space or her heart space, but it's a masculine energy. So I don't know if there's ascending energy because of this king or within this king, or there's a coming together with this king and someone else. What is the bridge between the King of Cups and a new chapter in love? That you had a little pause. Well, we knew this, but this is nice because the hangman, wow, this is a very special hangman. You're not just like hanging on something weird, you're floating and moving in the sky. So even though you thought somebody was just hanging, both of these cards look like they're the same. You didn't realize someone was actually moving. Maybe somebody was elevating. Look at this person hanging like on a nothing. It's like this little tiny ribbon that the dancers do with the gymnastics. in the sky, going across water, across this emotional situation with this beautiful halo of illumination. Sometimes this is a purposeful pause, or this is something that somebody figures out they had to break off of, let go of, a sacrifice that needed to be made because there's something better. There's a divine direction, a purpose, and an elevation with someone. This is actually an angel. It's like this angel put their wings away a little bit to go on a little ride. Maybe this is somebody that came out of the cocoon and they're figuring out how to fly. Maybe this is somebody who didn't even recognize they had those spiritual wings of elevation there. And that's what they're figuring out. They got a little peek at what it's like to be up there. And maybe they were too zoomed in and something came through to zoom them out to look at the bigger perspective. Look at how far they could go, all the possibilities they could have in their life. It's a 12. It's a little pause of rue, but it's not forever. So let's get clarity on the hangman. And let's just get clarity on that. That's kind of a bigger one than the other ones. The other ones are just like a court card and a minor arcana, not really a big deal. So let's clarify the hangman. Because after the hangman, oh, it's interesting because sometimes that's somebody who stays upside down so long that the blood goes to their head and they make goofy decisions. So I feel like somebody is turning something around. It's like when you see something upside down. It's usually, once you see it a different way through an elevated perspective, you can't unsee it. You know, once this angel got to see that big map of this journey, they're always going to know it's there. They're always going to, I feel like this is somebody who wants another experience like that. It's kind of an interesting depiction of the hangman. What is one more message to clarify? You got the Wheel of Fortune. What's at the bottom? Oh, you're letting something go, letting something harsh go. That would be a too much energy. So these are the big ones. This is what you need to know about first and foremost. The winds of change are going to spin something in the right direction. I almost see this as like a brand new cycle, but I heard divine intervention. You have to look, I'll let you look at that. You have to look at that center spoke, because the only thing that's consistent is the ebb and the flow. You know, the full moon, the new moon, the full moon, the new moon. Cycles in your life, unless you get caught in the wheel and it doesn't feel like it's spinning anywhere or it's spinning out of control. It's handling something different. This is destiny, luck, handling all the cycles that come through in a different way. When you gained an elevated perspective, you learn that you don't have to hang on for dear life, or you're not going to always be at the top of your game, but you don't always have to be smushed down at the bottom either. You find your center in every situation. That's how it always feels like luck is on your side, because even the weird situations, you elevate, get stronger, and rise again from. This is something that somebody is letting go. You or someone else, and this needs to be let go. This is a harsh ass ending. This is a weird card to come through at the end, but it feels so much better when this situation is done. No mas. So this could be something that was drawn out. This could be what somebody is breaking off of. I feel like it's a complete letting go, because there has to be healing after this. There's also, if somebody went through this kind of 10 of Swords energy, there needed to be a pause. There needed to be a time to heal, to refocus, reevaluate. It's possible somebody didn't even want to see that this ending was happening. I hear today is going to be different. Because the Ten of Swords, I kind of see it like not in this harsh energy, but where someone just already, they have their bags packed. Or they don't even need their bag, they're just out the door. Leaving that situation, not looking back, ready for better. Because quite frankly, anything is better than this. But to overly focus on this doesn't help you to move, doesn't help you to heal. There's an angel right here bringing you to this beautiful sunrise, you know, ready to give this person that just felt so stuck. Look at where their head is. Their head's in the sand. This could be somebody that absolutely refuses to change, even though some things just do. They change. So this, I kind of see this as somebody kind of even staying in that cycle. But this could be an outside situation you don't even know about. This might not be you. You might be finding out later that somebody had this great ascent in their spirituality because of like really being hurt, like stabbed in the back, taken advantage of, like totally thrown off their game. But if this was any outside sources or forces aiding this, it was definitely to help somebody get to a better place where they're not constantly having their gut churned. So I know that was a weird place to end the reading. So let's get one final message from the Art of Life just to kind of clarify the Ten of Swords, because that's not really the focus. It sucks, but this should be the focus. What was learned from that? How your soul grew from that? What you gained coming out of it? How much better everything is coming to you now or next. What is one final message just to bridge everything together today for the collective? Please and thank you. The Five of Wands. The wisest men follow their own direction. So if there are outside energies over here and somebody is in the ruckus, the rumble, the chaos, the drama, the jealous energy, the competition, and it doesn't feel right, if it always leaves somebody feeling empty-handed, broken, battered, and torn, I just thought of Torn by Natalie Imbrulia, then maybe somebody does need to walk away, pave their own path, go their own direction, stop listening to the ruckus and listen to their heart, listen to their higher self, bring themselves off of their throne, take their throne and go, get out in that water and venture out into the unknown, because that's got to be better than that. Because this is usually where there's a lot of competition. Maybe you didn't even recognize that behind that closed door, there's somebody competing against you or for you. Either way. But if this is somebody that's in an energy where there's too many cooks in the kitchen, too many opinions that are combating one another and never getting anywhere. What did I say before with the periods? Like this not changing, still not changing, something like that. Then somebody has to be the one to walk away and to change, to go a different direction. But I like this upside down, because upside down, it is somebody who's around people that are on the same team. Give them a tough game because they believe they can be better. They believe in their potential. They believe in ultimate growth. You got a couple here. You got the King and the Queen of Cups. So maybe there is a connection coming through. Blessed is the influence of one true, loving human soul on another. I am seeing that this has to do with deep, true, unconditional love. Maybe there is a connection here. Maybe this is the same person and masculine and feminine within one self. Something is taking you to a blessing, or being around somebody you feel so blessed to be open with. I feel like I don't even want to look at her upside down because this is so prominently upright. So we're going to look at this beautiful Queen of Cups and the beauty that she is. The one thing the Queen of Cups does have to remember is to take care of herself. Because sometimes she is so overgiving that it's overbearing. And then she's not nurturing herself. Sometimes the Queen of Cups, so we're going to look at the softer version of the other side of her. Sometimes the Queen of Cups forgets how valuable she is, and she accepts less than she deserves because she has all this love to offer, but she will be in a position where she's not really offered the same back, because sometimes she'd rather have something there than be by herself. But that Queen of Cups can stand in that beautiful love on her own. Queen of Cups got it going on. You know, she's lovely and beautiful and strong. You know, in the right kind of sensitive way. So let's end this reading. Do I have something I can read? Yeah, I do. Let's end with one of these for today. This is the Oracle of Mystical Moments, but it has a little book. So let's just end with one message, please and thank you. What is one final message to help the collective today, please and thank you. Yeah, I love how you have the King and the Queen of Cups, and now you have mermaids in love. Although this is the one that it's like a floating mermaid and a dude with a fancy hat and some feathers. So it's like the unlikely couple that's here. It's not really a match, but it's a match. Maybe there's a singer. You got a lot of water energy today. 24. I'll show you what this looks like too. Hold on. A mermaid's love. She's kind of floating. She's not even in the water. It's like she's floating and he could be flying, but he's grounded. It's kind of interesting. So a loving couple is shown on this card. The woman's a mermaid. Her hair and tail seem to float her through the sky. A man with feathers holds her hand. He grounds and protects her. He is her base. They are from different worlds, water and the sky, but they are compatible together. A perfect love union. Their differences make them stronger and balanced. They support each other in their own way, but always from a place of love and respect. Beautiful. With this, I bid you adieu. I love you so much. I hope you have a beautiful day. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. And I bid you adieu. I love you so much. Bye.